Caroline Fenton with Yahoo Sports here with Ashton Jeanty, former Boise State running back, Heisman Trophy finalist, and now NFL draft hopeful. You were college football's leading rusher, and it really was not even close. You were the Heisman Trophy runner up, now NFL hopeful, one of the best college running back seasons in over 30 years, Mountain West Conference Championship, college football playoff. Like the list goes on and on and on. Just summarize, like, what have the last few months, this past year, been like for you?
Yeah, it's all been, pretty crazy, the way everything went down. But, it's just, everything I worked for, in the off season, all the training, all the long days, early mornings, to, bear all the fruit of my labor. It's been a blessing, and, obviously to be mentioned in the same, categories with all these legendary running backs, legendary players. It's amazing. It's a dream come true, and it's what you do it for.
And I know that you had very high expectations for yourself, high expectations for your team. Going back to high school, that big time offer never came. Going into the college football playoffs, there were a lot of people saying that Boise State didn't belong. I know that you wanted to, and it was a goal, a personal goal of yours to win the Heisman Trophy, and you finished second in voting. Anyone would feel maybe frustrated, counted out, doubted. Do you feel like you're carrying a chip on your shoulder into the next level?
Yeah, always. Whether people give me my flowers or not, it's just, the fact of the matter of how I got to where I'm at. I just had to work harder than others did, and put in more work to get to where I want to be. A lot of people were handed it. I had to earn every single thing, and still now, there's still people doubting me. Oh, he played in the Mountain West. All that type of stuff. It's always something, right? So I just use that to go harder and go chase after more.
Has that kind of always been your mentality?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean,
Mhm.
since I was a little kid.
It's speaking kind of a chip on your shoulder. Cam Scadaboo, another running back who had a massive season for Arizona State, another team that was also in the college football playoff. He said that he thinks he was the best running back in college football this past season. What do you have to say about that?
I think he's a tremendously talented player. He's done amazing things. College football playoffs went crazy. I was watching it, so I think very highly of him, and that's that'll never change. I mean, he's put it on tape, but all I have to say is, you turn on the film, you watch it. I ain't gonna say too much. I don't got to speak on it, but you turn on that film, you tell me who's the best running back.
Let the film do the talking. I
Exactly.
appreciate it. I like it. I like it. Speaking of your film, that's going to be what a lot of NFL general managers and scouts and owners and coaches are looking at over the next couple of months because draft season is here. Draft season is upon us, and you are headed to the NFL draft. You did say that it was a dream of yours to get drafted by the Cowboys, that you spent part of your high school career in Texas. Your girlfriend's a Cowboys fan. You played some high school games in the Cowboys practice facilities. So, what would it be like if you got the opportunity to play for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, I think it would be amazing, and just the story behind it. I mean, that would it would be crazy in itself, but just the city, the community, and already being around all of that, just to be back there, in that atmosphere, would be awesome.
Yeah, it's truly a fan base unlike any other. But like, it's no secret that the Cowboys have fallen short of expectations over the last few years, whether it's early playoff exits or this season missing the playoffs altogether. So, what would it be about you and your game that could be the missing piece for Dallas?
Yeah, I think they've had a great running attack this past year, but to add another guy in there, to make it even better, take it to another level. And then I think, for me, just the person that I am, I feel as any organization, once I step into the locker room, I'm going to make the team better. Just off the relationships, the connections, and just me being a leader. But I feel they have the the right pieces, but I think just one more they might need is a running back.
It's a good pitch for yourself. But the Cowboys have been in the news over the past couple of days. Jerry Jones has expressed interest in potentially bringing Deion Sanders in. Deion Sanders has expressed interest in coming to Dallas. So, what would you think of playing for Coach Prime?
Yeah, I think it will be a very great experience. Coach Prime is, he's done a great job at, making his players better on and off the field, building relationships with his players. Uh, and then I think you look at the Travis Hunter situation and, how he gave him an opportunity to display his talents and play both ways. Not many coaches, would do that, right? And just how he, is very bold in his faith and, how he's, pushing that on the younger generation and, everybody around him, I think is really cool. And obviously I had a head coach who did the same thing. So I could see it, being a great relationship, playing for him if, that possibly happens.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys are, it's one of the biggest fan bases in the world. It's one of the biggest sports brands in the world. And obviously, bringing a name like Deion Sanders would be huge. But where else stands out as maybe an ideal landing spot, whether it's a coach that you would love to play for or a potential teammate that you would love to play with?
Yeah, I think for me, it's all about the fit. But um, I know Houston is they're a little down there, so they would have to trade up. But the city of Houston, my younger sister goes to school there. My older sister lives out there. I love the food out there. So that would be cool. The 49ers, they've been showing a little interest. Frank Gore, he came to one of my games in Cali. So that would be a great, organization, fan base, community to play for as well. The Jaguars, they're a little up there. They number 5, but just being born in Jacksonville, I mean, it'll be cool to just be back, where I was born originally and my roots.
Between you and Derrick Henry, Jacksonville is just a running back factory. My goodness. So you mentioned how the 49ers have shown a little bit of interest. What is this process like for you right now in NFL draft time? I know we're about a little over a month before the NFL combine, and you're really going to start going through the gauntlet of interviews and talking to coaches and talking to owners. But right now, what is it like, and what have you gotten prepared for over the next couple of months?
Yeah, I think just building even more, confidence in, what I do and, just selling myself, right? Because it's going to be like a business interview. What kind of person, what kind of player, in every area, every facet are you getting, right? I think that's the most important thing because you can do all the drills, you can do all of that, but you want them to fall in love with you as a person, right? Outside of your football, pass because they've already done that. They already seen the film, right? So they know what kind of player they're getting, but what kind of person are they getting? So just preparing for that and, the questions and, all of that. So I'm excited for it though. And I think it'll be a great opportunity.
Absolutely. A wonderful opportunity. And every year I always hear of wild stories or crazy off the wall questions that like
Yeah.
scouts or GMs might ask, potential, players that they're interested in drafting. Have you gotten any of those weird off the wall questions yet? You don't have to share what team or which GM, but have you gotten any of those quite yet?
No, I haven't gotten any of those yet. I mean, I haven't really talked to any of them personally more than
Mhm.
talking to my agents, but I could see, something like that, coming in the future at the combine or something like that.
It's coming. It's coming. As long as you're prepared and you're ready for it, it's going to be an incredible opportunity for you. Looking at the next level at the NFL, there's been so much conversation over the last few weeks about the value of running backs. But you look at the year that Saquon is having, he's having an MVP season. Derrick Henry is on pace for his second career 2,000-yard season, which Jahmyr Gibbs is bringing to Detroit. And really, if you look at the college football playoff, almost every single team was carried by or partly carried by the running back or running backs. You at Boise State, Cam Scadaboo, like we mentioned at Arizona State, Nick Singleton and Katron Allen at Penn State, Dylan Sampson at Tennessee. Running backs have been so important at both levels this year. Really, it's the year of the running back. So, what do you have to say about maybe the perception that the running back position isn't as valuable as it used to be?
Yeah, I think, this year on both levels is, kind of killed that talk or, that narrative that they're, trying to build. Which I never really understood because if you look at the history of the game, uh, running backs has been one of those positions that football has, been built on, right? Running the football. That used to be all offices did, right? So I feel that you can't you can't like move away from the running back position or running the ball because then it's just gonna be, 7-on-7 and pads. Nobody's gonna want to watch that, right? And running backs, we do a lot like for offenses. The really top ones catching the ball, running the ball, then being an extension of like the O line essentially, and protecting the pass game. So I think running backs value has went back up, and even if you look at all the NFL teams in the playoffs, majority of them have a great running back, a great running game, and it's helped propel their team to where they're at.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So, Ashton, there might be coaches, GMs, owners listening to this. So, give it to me. Your elevator pitch. Why should they draft to Ashton Jeanty?
Well, I think if you ask anything about me, which I know they've asked 10 gazillion questions already to people, and they've been scouting me and sending they detectives, but I think the way I treat people, the impact that I have on people, like I think that's the most important thing, right? A person who's gonna come in there and just make a positive impact and help change and grow the people around them, make connections, leave the place better than I found it. That's what I did at Boise. The community as well. That's what I plan to do wherever I go, right? Because I've been saying it a lot, but for like football is the easy part. Like that's what I've been born to do essentially is play football, be an amazing football player. So that's gonna take care of itself. And I'm one of the hardest workers around. I show up earlier than everybody, leave later than everybody. And I'm willing. I'm a team guy, right? A lot of people who go in this profession, they want to take from the NFL, right? They want to take whatever they can get, right, from these
Mhm.
teams. But I'm coming in to give, everything that I can to whatever team that I'm on.
Your impact and your legacy at Boise State cannot be overstated. And I think any GM in the league would say, look, the tape does the talking. We know what they can do on the field, but character is just as, if not more important. And you absolutely check that box as well. Ashton Jeanty, we appreciate your time. Good luck with everything, my friend.
Thank you.